Miami Heat fans, brace yourselves for a recap of a tough loss against the Dallas Mavericks. In a 111-92 defeat, the Heat faced challenges containing Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving. Despite efforts to rally led by Tyler Herro, stars like Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo struggled. Head coach Erik Spoelstra emphasized the need for a team effort to overcome such hurdles, especially with critical games ahead against the Toronto Raptors. Subscribe to our channel for in-depth analysis and updates on the Heat's playoff journey.
Just thoughts on the general performance of getting down 25, trying to come back, fatigue from last night, guys not stepping up. Your thoughts overall?
Yeah, it wasn't a matter of fatigue. Dallas jumped us. Their shot making, for sure, but they also had 17 in transition, in the first half, and our offense was a little bit funky. Some of that is to be, not expected, but you have to weather some of these storms. As we're incorporating guys back in, and some of the lineups. I'm not even saying that as an excuse, but we have a formula of how we can win games, and it's not necessarily the easiest way, but we've proven we can win games, get teams in the mud, and make it really tough.
But we can try to play somewhat the same identity on the offensive end game to game. I feel like right now it's kind of just been changing game to game, and it doesn't help that we don't have all of our guys. I'm obviously a big part of that. I was out for 2 months almost, so it's not easy for us, and it definitely isn't easy on our coaching staff because half the time they don't even know who's playing. But we just hope to get healthy, and with the guys that we have, we can continue to figure this out. We're going to set ourselves up to probably be in the play-in, and we've been there before, and we'll figure it out.
Just to clarify, does that mean you're sort of adjusting your offense to how you're being defended rather than trying to be consistently to your own identity?
Yeah, probably. Right now for sure, but it's not easy. There's a lot of moving parts, so there's no way we can really get to an identity if we don't have our team.
From a health standpoint, I know you mentioned that maybe playing back-to-backs was out of the question, but now that you played back-to-back, how are you feeling?
I feel great. I'm just happy to be out here playing again. I was out for so long with an injury that was just lagging and lingering on, continuing to linger on. So I'm happy just to be out here, honestly.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tyler.
40-point game from us. It was going to have to be in the mud, Spoelstra said, via Weinberger. Somehow keep this thing back and forth through 3.5 quarters, and then our guys would find a way to will it. But they jumped out on such an early lead in that first half. The rest of the game we just spent fighting back to get it closer. We got it to 8, then all of a sudden boom, it was 13 before you blink. It is tough to keep a Mavericks team that features Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving in check. Luka Doncic was the leading scorer with 29 points, while Kyrie Irving scored 25. Dallas outscored Miami 33-24 in the first quarter, then 36-23 in the second quarter to take a 69-47 lead at halftime. As Spoelstra mentioned, the Heat cut the Mavericks' lead to 8 at one point, but never could get close enough. With the Heat losing to the Mavericks, it seems likely that Miami will be in the NBA play-in tournament. The Heat currently sit at 44-36, which is good for 8th in the Eastern Conference. They are 1 game back of the Philadelphia 76ers for 7th place, and 2 games back of the Indiana Pacers and Orlando Magic for 5th and 6th place, which are the final spots to bypass the play-in tournament. Miami has 2 games left this season, both at home against the Toronto Raptors. The Heat will need to win the remaining 2 games and get some help from others to make the top 6 and avoid the play-in tournament. The offense was non-existent for Miami early as Dallas got out to a 25-point lead at one point, but they did make it interesting where they dwindled the deficit to 8. However, they wouldn't capitalize on the effort and Dallas ran away with it. While stars Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo had sluggish performances, scoring 12 and 8 points respectively, Tyler Herro once again led the team in scoring with 21. He said after the game that he felt the overall energy and approach to the game was off from the team's standards. There's no doubt that when it came to the performance of the Heat, it was frustrating as they were not playing to their strengths and let the Mavericks' dynamic duo of Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving have an impressive night. While one could credit the outing to the team being tired as they went through a double overtime the night prior, Spoelstra said it wasn't a matter of fatigue. It wasn't a matter of fatigue. Dallas jumped us, shot making for sure. But they also had 17 in transition in the first half, and yeah, our offense was a little bit funky, Spoelstra said. Some of that is to be, not expected, but you have to weather some of these storms. You know, as we're incorporating guys back in, I'm not even saying that as an excuse, but we have a formula of how we can win games. And it's not necessarily the easiest way, but we've proven we can win games, get teams in the mud and make it really tough, but it takes a great emotional, physical, spiritual, and connected commitment. But we've also proven that when we do that, the energy changes for us. Offensively, Miami is 44-36, which puts them 8th in the Eastern Conference with 2 games left in the season. In those final outings at home, they will face the Toronto Raptors Friday and Sunday. That's all, guys. Hope you enjoy this video, and don't forget to subscribe.